Welcome back to Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your local Thursday Sportscast. We start with news out of the North Pole football program, and it's not the best. Head coach Richard Hennert has resigned. He resigned as head coach this past Tuesday, according to Daily Newsminer. And offensive coordinator John Rogers has been placed on administrative leave. They both are teachers at the school as well. Hennert has been with the program for a decade. Now, Friday night's road game, the Battle of the Boots and season finale against Colony, was canceled due to bad road conditions and that the team hasn't had a full week of practice. But there was no official cancellation announcement or statement from the school district or the high school. That announcement came from the North Pole Booster Club's Facebook page. This comes a week before North Pole's first round playoff game. They also won an SEC title this year as well. Calls and texts with Coach Hennert have not been returned, but North Pole Athletic Director Walt Armstrong was able to comment on the situation.
I still don't get it all, but no, he turned in his resignation to the principal. The coaching staff met last night, and Billy Connor, who has been with the team since Buck was the head coach, will be our interim coach for the playoffs. We had a meeting with the players this morning, and sitting there talking with Billy, and both of us said, you know, it's kind of like the same feeling it was when Buck passed away. We haven't had the practices. I don't care how hard we try to get a practice in. I don't think we can do it with missing those 2 days and that much chaos going on.
And you would think having an undefeated record would put pressure on the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, but they're in familiar territory. Fairbanks is now 8-0 on the year and finished undefeated in last week's NAHL Showcase. The last time the junior hockey team did that, they won the Robinson Cup in 2014. This team is playing like the best team in the NA. They are a top 10 in special teams. Todd Burgess, he leads the league in scoring with 13 points and 7 goals. Logan Coombs also has 13 points. Ryan Gorowski, who leads the league in assists with 10, he has 12 points. Goalie CJ Booth and Gavin Naedo are both saving at 94%, and they haven't lost a game. Fairbanks will close out their 10-game road trip this weekend against new Midwest Division foe, the Janesville Jets. As Ice Dogs head coach Trevor Stewart, why his team is off to such a great start.
Our scoring is, it was predominantly Burgess's line at first, but a lot of other guys have chipped in and found ways to contribute, and the number of shots that we have been giving up have been less than in years past, so that's good to see, and it's just kind of been a well-rounded effort from all three positions. So we're going to be up against a really, really good challenge tomorrow, and I'm excited, and we're excited to see how our guys are going to respond.
The Alaska Nanniks will see different colored jerseys on their home ice for the first time this season. This Sunday, Alaska hosts the Mount Royal Cougars. Cougars give up as much as they score. The Canadian school comes to Fairbanks with a 1-2 preseason record, and they have been outscored 14-11. The Nanniks have won their exhibition matchups against Canadian programs the last 9 seasons. This team will look to pick up where they left off last year as the hottest team in the country with an 8-game unbeaten streak. Look for UAF skaters to make plays as they battle the Cougars and for future playing time. Puck drops at 3:07 p.m. at the Carlson Center on Sunday. Alaska won't be thinking too much about the score, but how they will execute and start building on-ice chemistry before the Kendall Hockey Classic next weekend.
It's exciting. Obviously, it's been a long time since Gov Cup in March, so the guys are getting ready to go. It's nice to have the Blue Gold game last week and kind of get a little bit of game action going, and it's always fun to get the adrenaline up and kind of, just start implementing some of the stuff we've been working on in practice.
Getting into a real game, getting into the Carlson Center, having the fans there, and having that competition is definitely exciting.
Yeah, it's a Sunday, and we're going to miss some football, but that's all right because we're going to see some Nanook hockey, so we're happy. This for us is just to kind of see what we're made of and see if we can execute the game plan.
And this weekend is the final week of the regular season for high school football. Just like that quick fall season we had, the regular season has come and went. Rivalries will be on the menu for this weekend. Saturday, the number 2 Allison Ravens invite the Monroe Rams to Allison Air Force Base for the season finale. For both teams, kickoff is set for 1 p.m. And of course, the big one, the Dog Bowl, is Saturday night at 7 p.m. at Lathrop Stadium. But before that, the flag football title will be decided as West Valley and Lathrop, they will play each other at 5 p.m. The Dog Bowl also has playoff implications. Both West Valley and Lathrop have earned playoff berths. The winner of this game will host their first round playoff game. Both Lathrop and West Valley are 3-4 and are coming off losses. The Mutes have won the last 2 Dog Bowls. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is up next with your 4-weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into a third edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again, talk about the weather, and today it was beautiful. We had cold temperatures and hard ice out there, but just the sunshine. Now the clouds are moving from the next system. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Our photograph tonight, September winter scene. That's the best way to describe it. This one's sent in by Debbie Dickman. As you can see here, capturing the really nice shot of all the different textures in the photograph there. As always, if you have a photograph, send it in. You can send it to photos@ktvf11.com. Your numbers, 32 for the high today, freezing. The low last night, 26. The record high, 72 in 2002, but down to 12 degrees in 1914. Sunrise and sunset, about 11 hours and 19 minutes. That's a loss of 6.5 minutes from yesterday. On the satellite and radar, look at this frontal system coming in. It's more impressive than it really is. It's not really going to be that strong because it's going to just, the main apparent low is sitting way out there, and as the frontal system moves out ahead of it, it loses a lot of its intensity. Although right now it's got quite a bit of moisture moving onshore in the west coast, and some of it's going to work its way in here overnight, and by tomorrow morning we should see a possibility of some more light snow, but no real accumulation expected. Elsewhere across the state, looks like this. Sunshine has returned to southeast Alaska, 51 degrees at Ketchikan, 46 at Juneau. Showers around the Kodiak region, also some sprinkles in the Anchorage Bowl, and along the Aleutian Chain, Cold Bay, 48, and rain there. Up and down the west coast, cloudy skies and chilly at Nome. Not too bad at Bethel, 43 degrees. Across the north slope into the Brooks Range, Barrow, 32 degrees, and Fort Yukon, 32 also. Lower 48 weather, once again, we're looking at very nice weather over the Pacific Northwest, although rain has moved back into the picture there. 70 degrees at Seattle, nice day in San Francisco. Not quite as warm as it has been over the Las Vegas area, but still pretty hot in Phoenix. Another hot day across the Rockies, Denver at 84 degrees, and cooling down a little bit in Denver, or Dallas, I should say, 81 degrees there. All the weather's happening up and down the eastern seaboard today once again. As you can see on the satellite and radar, a big trough of low pressure here helping to fuel that energy. And also there's the outskirts of Hurricane Joaquin, a Category 4 hurricane that is going to be coming close to the United States, but it looks like all indications are that it should move out over the Atlantic Ocean and spare some of the heaviest rain it was expecting. Having some showers, look at this, across the northern California areas. That's good, needed there for sure. And as far as the flood potential, well, boy, it's going to be really nasty. Coastal flooding, flash flooding, and road closures, all because of all the moisture continuing to flow across South Carolina, North Carolina, into the Virginias. And the overall jet stream, once again, calling for this hurricane to be ushered out over the Atlantic Ocean by the jet stream, thank goodness, and more showers across the northern Rockies. Okay, back to our kids' weather for today, and we're going to be talking with a young man from Barnett Magnet School who has a question about what else? Weather.
Hi, my name is Vaughn. I'm in Miss Bennett's weather detective class at Barnett Magnet School, and this is my question for the weatherman. How can you tell if it's going to rain or snow, and how do you know it's going to be sunny the next day?
Well, every night, Vaughn, we try to deal with generalities, not specifics. We try to make it just give you an idea of whether to take a coat, whether to be watching out for thunderstorms, and just the basic ideas of what you can plan on for the weather. As far as specifics go, it's really tough to narrow down when everything's going to be happening, although we did a pretty good job in this last storm. But the most important thing about weather is that it changes all the time, and a lot of times we can get definitely have the weather change on us. Thanks for that question. And again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. Tomorrow night, the teacher is going to wrap up the week with a unique weather fact. All right, here's the weather for Alaska for the northern sections tomorrow. Scattered snow showers for Barrow, high winds and high surf in Nome. Snow and rain expected in Fort Yukon, about an inch accumulation. Here in the interior, once again, snow and rain for Fairbanks and Healy, cloudy skies at Delta, and it'll be turning over to just mainly rain in the afternoon. And as far as southeast Alaska, well, sunshine has finally returned to the Juneau and Ketchikan area after having so much rain down there. Over the southwest part of the state, looking at showers at Bethel, periods of rain for Cold Bay and Kodiak, and also rain expected over south central regions. Areas of rain at Anchorage, Homer, and Valdez. On our forecast for the remainder of the night, again, we're looking at our road conditions real quickly. On the Dalton, Elliott highways, ice on bridges, slippery surfaces, snow packed in places. As far as the Steesh Richardson, snow on the roadway, black ice, wet roads. And in the icy patches and heavy equipment with construction on the Parks Highway, thanks to Mongold Insurance and Jose Body and Paint. And here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. 23 degrees, increasing clouds, a little snow by morning. Tomorrow's forecast, snow early, changing to rain by afternoon. And the 5-day outlook, as you can see here, rain and snow on Saturday and Sunday, then just mainly cloudy skies for the rest of the 5-day period. And temperatures will once again be looking at around 40 for the daytime highs. Overnight lows also once again cooling down a little bit. No real heavy snow accumulation in the forecast, and no ice either in the forecast either. Just some sloppy snow and rain. That's about it.
Okay, Mike, thanks. We'll take that. And that'll do it for our newscast from all of us here at the News Center. Have a great night.
Night.